first mention of demons in the Bible is found in Leviticus 17, verse 7. They shall no more offer their sacrifices to demons, after whom they have played the harlot. This shall be a statute forever for them throughout their generations. Here we see Moses laying down God's moral law amongst his chosen people to be an example to the world for righteousness, excluding themselves from paying homage to the evil spirits. Interesting, the demons are not mentioned before the book of Leviticus, such as Exodus or Genesis. Or are they? If Jesus is the creator of all things, visible and invisible, then he obviously is the creator of the evil spirits he instructs us to abstain from, right? Well, let's take a look at one of the evil doings in the first book of the Bible. Genesis 6, verse 1 through 8 reads, Now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, that they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Lord God said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he is indeed flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward. When the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing and birds of the air. For I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. When God brought the flood upon the entire earth, it was to destroy all wicked men, all wicked beasts, and all wicked giants, or the men of renown, and do a partial reset with Noah and his family, as they were not tainted and chose to refrain from the evilness that was on the land. But most importantly, the flood destroyed what God had never intended on being created in the first place. The sons of God, celestials, laid with women, terrestrials, and produced hybrids, or in other words, giants, also known as Nephilim in Hebrew. An angel has the ability to transform according to 2 Corinthians 11, verse 14 through 15, which states, Satan and his angels can transform into angels of light, or ministers of righteousness for the purpose of deception. The fate of the angels who sinned are described in Jude 1, verse 6 through 7, stating, And the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day, as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities around them in a similar manner to these, having given themselves over to sexual immorality and gone after strange flesh, and set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. These angels not only partook in sexual immorality, but also introduced men to things they were not supposed to know about, such as things among astrology, stargates, interdimensional travel, enchantments, and their children as giants, being looked upon as gods intermingling with black and white magic, bestiality, homosexuality, necromancy, and the list goes on. Today, archaeologists have discovered intelligent remains of the pre-flood world and have labeled the work of angels and Nephilim as ancient astronauts. We know the fate of the giants' parents. Their fathers went to a place called Tartarus, meaning the deepest abyss of hell, awaiting for judgment, spoken of by Peter in 2 Peter 2, verse 4. And the evil men and women eventually had to die. They were sent to Hades or Sheol, the place of torment where the willingly ignorant of God's righteous law go to be forever separated from God. Always remember, a righteous and just God does not send you to hell. You send yourself out of disobedience. For an in-depth explanation of the many locations of hell, see the link in the description. As for the giants that have died, God never created a place for that type of spirit to go to upon death. They could not rightfully go to Hades or Sheol, and they could not rightfully go to heaven or Abraham's bosom. Again, see the link in the description to understand this reference. So where exactly did the spirits of the giants go? Well, they are on the earth and have been here since the worldwide flood about 4,400 years ago.